This is topic B on page 31, protecting worksheets and workbooks. As you share your workbooks with more and more people, or as you collaborate on workbook files with others, you face an increased risk of someone accessing, modifying, or deleting your data without authorization. Collaboration is essential, but it is critical that you be able to ensure the integrity and the security of your organization's sensitive data. Whether by accident or by malicious action, damage to your data or the acquisition of your data by unauthorized parties can have serious negative implications for your organization. As such, it is critical that you be able to balance the need to gather input and share information with the need to keep sensitive information safe and intact. Fortunately, Excel provides you with a number of options for protecting your worksheets and workbooks from unauthorized access or change. Taking the time to fully understand these security features means you'll be able to include everyone who needs access to your Excel workbooks without worrying about the integrity or the security of your information. So there are two general levels at which you can protect elements of your Excel files, the workbook level and the worksheet level. Workbook protection always applies to the entire workbook. At the workbook level, Excel enables you to prevent users from adding or deleting worksheets, renaming or formatting worksheets, and viewing hidden worksheets. At the worksheet level, Excel provides you with a number of options for allowing or preventing users from interacting with your data. For example, you can lock cells so they can't be edited, or you can hide cell formulas so that document recipients can view formula or function results only. You can also enable or disable operations such as formatting cells, columns and rows, inserting or deleting columns and rows, sorting and filtering, and interacting with pivot tables. So first we'll take a look at our worksheet protection. So remember, worksheet protection, you can hide formulas within your cells, you can lock cells from being edited. So you can see in my October worksheet, here I have a total row which adds up each sales rep's travel expenses. And you can see when I select cell B14, it shows me the formula in the formula. It's taking the sum of B4 through B13. Now suppose I'm sharing this workbook with someone and I don't want them to be able to see the functions that I'm calculating, the formulas that I'm calculating here. I can actually hide those from being shown so they can only see the results in my cells. And how I do this is I first go and select my range of formulas I want hidden, which is B14 through E14. And I go up to my Home tab and select my Font dialog box launcher. And here on my Protection tab, we have Locked and Hidden. So Locked will prevent any changes from being made to any of my cells, and Hidden will hide those formulas. So locking cells or hiding formulas has no effect until you protect the worksheet. So once I check these off and click OK, I can still see them. I have to manually go and protect the worksheet before anything is actually prevented from happening. So right now, I could still go to cell E4 and delete those contents if I wanted to. So it's not stopping me, it's not restricting me from making any changes as of yet. I'm going to undo that. And again, my formulas are still shown. Now I'm going to go to my Review tab, and in my Changes command group, here I have the option to Protect Sheet. So this is just protecting this particular worksheet. And when I select that, I want to make sure that Protect Worksheet and Contents of Locked Cells is checked off. And then here I can actually choose a password to protect my sheet. So not any Joe Schmo is able to go in there and unlock it and then make changes. So I'm going to enter my password and click OK. And it's going to prompt me to re-enter that password to make sure I type it in correctly. Click OK again. Now take a look at B14. It shows the results still, but in my formula bar, nothing. Not able to see how those calculations were made. Also, if I go to any of my cells, E4 for instance, which I deleted earlier, if I go in and select that cell, hit my delete key, I'll get a message that the cell or chart you're trying to change is on a protected sheet. To make a change, unprotect the sheet. You might be requested to enter a password. So I'm not going to be able to make a change to any of these cells because those cells are locked, password protected, since I protected the sheet. So even though I went into that font dialog box launcher and my protect tab and checked off hidden and locked, it doesn't go into effect until I physically protect the sheet. So if I was to go to my home tab, you can see almost everything on here is grayed out for me. I don't have the option to format anything here. I can still copy to my clipboard, but as far as inserting, deleting, formatting anything, totally disabled for me. So that is worksheet protection. Now workbook protection is actually disabling the option to add new worksheet tabs. You can see my plus sign here to add a new sheet is enabled, so I can add a sheet 1. I can also delete sheets. I can rename them. I can move or copy. I can change the tab color. So right now I'm able to do all of that stuff. But if I was to protect my workbook, and by doing that I go to my Review tab, Changes group, Protect Workbook, make sure that structure is checked off, and I can password protect this as well. Prompts me for my password a second time. Click OK. Now you can see that my new sheet button is disabled. I'm not able to make any new worksheets right now because my workbook has been protected. If I right click, don't have the option to insert a new sheet, don't have the option to delete, rename, move, or copy. I can't even change the tab color or hide and unhide any of my worksheet tabs. So those all fall under your workbook protection. So sheets, disabling, changing any content in your cells, hiding your formulas, any formatting along those lines, and your protect workbook is adding, deleting, or modifying any of your worksheet tabs. And we also have the option to password protect our whole entire files from being opened. To do that, I would go to my File tab, and on my info in my Backstage view, my Protect Workbook drop-down. And here I have the option to encrypt with password. So this is the password to open the file altogether. So I type in password in and do it a second time. Click OK. You always want to save your changes to that once you protect it. Now if I was to close it out and then try to reopen it, you can see before I even get into the workbook file, it's going to ask me for a password. Once I type the password in, I do get access to that. Now, my worksheet protection is still enabled, so you can see I can no longer see my formulas. Can't edit any cells. My workbook protection is on. I can't add any worksheets. I can't rename. So all of my protection is still enabled. Alright, the next video will be Activity 2.2 on page 36.